Hello, welcome back to the plot. It is Tuesday the 1st of April and what a glorious day it is. It's so warm and I'm in the polytunnel and I want to get out of the polytunnel because I don't know what the temperature is in here. I've tried to find my temperature gauge, but I've put it down somewhere and not put it back where it's was meant to be. So I don't know the temperature, but I can tell you that it's warm, slightly unbearable. So a few jobs that I want to get done today are I want to get my onion sets out and planted. I also want to get some of my flower bulbs that are ready to go out. And yeah, just give you a little bit of an update of what's going on. It seems like April has creeped up on me very, very quickly. I feel like I'm prepared in January, February, and I'm doing a little bit of seed sowing and trying to bide my time. And then all of a sudden it's April and I'm like, oh, I'm behind. But I'm trying to remember that the last frost date isn't until the end of May here in the northwest of England. I'm just trying not to get ahead of myself because seedlings have already taken over the office. They've already taken over the greenhouse at home. So I'm running out of space and yeah, it's all going to start happening in the next couple of weeks, but I'm still just trying to bide my time, be patient, learn from my mistakes in previous years of getting everything in now and then it all dying off when the frost comes. So yeah, trying to take it slow. However, like I say, it will all start happening in the next couple of weeks. And yeah, let's go and have a look. Let's go and see what's happening. I actually can't believe that it's warm enough to water. How fabulous. Just take that off. Don't forget about that. And I'm going to put my fancy gadget on. This is such a time saver. It's going to splash on my phone. Should I put it? I think I'll put it here. But yeah, this is such a time saver for me because it takes so long to water the whole plot. So I just whack this on, half of it, do all my jobs, and then I can put it on the other half. Woo! And it usually covers the whole allotment site. So it's really handy. I got this from Wilkinson's. It wasn't even that much, probably like £7 or £8. Bargain, in my opinion. So just put it like that. And then put it on, and then you have to run. But now that's on. So something that I'd like to try to get done today is get my onion sets in. So I have quite a few bags of these red onion electric, and I got these in last winter and they were 50p a bag, so a bargain. The problem with red onion sets that I find is that they never grow that big and they bolt quite easily, more so than white onion varieties. However, I do eat a lot of red onions, so I'm just going to try them anyway. And even if they're small, they're still best than shop bought, in my opinion. I also have, oh, and I forgot to say that these are actually in good condition. I kept these in the shed, so they were cold over the winter, so they've not sprouted. Some of them are a little bit soft, and I'll bin those. I won't bother with those. But the harder ones, I'll give them a go. I also have a big bag of some autumn champion. These are my white onions. Now I got these, see that one is literally dust. I got these last autumn as well and tried to keep these, but these haven't kept as well. Some of them are fine. See, if they're like that, they're okay. I'm going to try those ones. But the ones that are really squidgy and soft, I won't bother with those. But I'm just going to sort through them and give them a chance. Otherwise, it'd be a bit of a waste. This year, well, last autumn I was doing beds quite regimented where I was just having onions in here. But this year I'm going to try and dot them around everywhere. So do some more companion planting. So I'm going to have some onions with my brassicas, and also some onions with my rhubarb and some other salads and whatnot. I'll put my plan up here where I'm going to put my onions. So let's get these in. So this was my epic fail cabbage bed. I've got red cabbage and also I have cauliflowers in here, and I planted them. I overwintered them, planted them out thinking that they'd be okay not to have the net on, and then the pigeons came and literally within 2 days demolish them. So it's my own fault. That was a complete rookie error. However, they do seem to be coming back, so they'll probably be fine. They're quite hardy. But yeah, always cover your cabbages and your brassicas and your cauliflowers, because the pigeons will have them. So what I'm just going to do is feel the hardness of these and then put them in. If these feel a little bit soft, that one's fine, then they won't go in. And all I'm doing is squishing them in. It's so easy planting sets. I am a huge onion eater, so sets for me are just so much more convenient because onion seeds can be quite a bit of a faff to germinate. They need quite a long growing season, so you need to be doing them in January usually in the UK. And for the ease and convenience of sets where I can just whack them in, considering how many I eat, it's just a lot easier. I would have to be sowing hundreds of onion seeds to get near the amount that I eat, so that's why I choose to do sets. I do a mixture, so I have got some onion seeds in the polytunnel which will be ready to go out soon, but these are fine. That's probably not okay. So yeah, literally you plant them root down so they face like this and just pop them in and water them and hope for the best. Once you've planted them in, you do want to cover them with soil because otherwise the birds can come and pull them out. I've had that one year where birds literally pulled them all out, thinking that they were red worms. It wasn't helpful. For me, there's not really a science between putting or leaving space. I know that people do say that there is, but for the amount of onions that I eat, and I think that plants are clever in their own right, and I feel like they make do. I have done it before where I've been really precise about it and left the exact space, but did I feel like I saw much of a difference? No, not for sets. If I was growing your giant varieties, so your mammoth onion varieties or your Bristol globes, then I probably would leave more space because you obviously want them to grow bigger. But in terms of this, what I'm trying to achieve is effectiveness, efficiency, and the best use of my space. So with that, I literally just guess and put them in and hope for the best. These are the flowers that I need to get out. Again, they look a little bit sorry for themselves. These don't actually like the heat that much, to be honest, so they're not thriving in here. They need to come out. These are tolerant to colder temperatures, but they're not tolerant to frost, so these will be going under a cloche for now. But yeah, I'm just kind of eager to get them out before they do start flowering and hating on me even more. This is either going to be the make or the break of these, but I like to take risks. It'll be fine. So these are going to go in this flower bed here, and I've got a mixture of carnations, I've got lupins. I did all this from seed. It was my first year of flowers, and I'd never done flowers before, and the carnations didn't flower for the first year, but the second, and I can tell I'm going to get flowers on the third year. Yeah, it's really exciting. It's really satisfying doing these from seed. So I've got lupins. I am actually going to take some of my lupins out because they just take up a lot of space and they get covered in green fly. And I also have these here which I cannot pronounce, but they're like a blue thistle. They look really nice in cut flowers. So yeah, I've got these, and I did these from seed as well. And within all of this, I'm going to put my ranunculus as well and put those a cloche over that. So yeah, it should look really nice when it all starts flowering. I started these off, gosh, last, I don't know, October or November in corms, and they've sprouted with the roots now, and I've just forgot about them and left them and neglected them. And they're going in now, whether they like it or not, because they've outgrown the space. I could pot them on, but I'm just really conscious that they don't like the heat and they're not going to be enjoying it in that polytunnel for much longer. I tried to do these last year and they did work. I just planted the corn straight into the ground. I didn't do any pre-sprouting or didn't soak them. But I found that the slugs had an absolute field trip with them. So this year I've tried to give them a bit of a head start in life, even though it doesn't look like it. However, I have, and I'm hoping to beat the slugs a little bit this year. That's the plan. I now have these little cloches that I'm going to put over them. I don't think we're going to have any frost this week. However, it's better to be safe than sorry. So they're just a plastic. And I'll pop that over, and then I'm going to pin them in with these tent pegs that I have. These are so handy. I use these to keep my netting on, and then also to keep these on as well. And for these are ones I'm going to put this big cloche over it. I've tried to do them in a bit of a line. We'll just see how it goes. Might push everything a little bit, but it's just trying to give them a little bit of protection is the idea. So that's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed watching. I've got quite a lot done today, which is great. So I've got my onion sets in, I've got some of my flowers in, and I'm feeling quite positive for this year, I think. I don't want to jinx it, but it just seems to be, I don't know, positive. This time last year I couldn't even get on the site because of how bad the flooding was, and this year we've not really had much flooding, so that's a good thing. So yeah, I feel a little bit ahead almost than I was this time last year, but yeah, still the season is upon us, and I'm sure things are going to start moving very quickly very soon. So thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you again soon.